Hi and welcome back to 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. Today, guys, we are going to be jumping down back into the charts for Vechain to see what's been going on most recently, what happened yesterday, and what I would expect to happen in the next 24 hours or so. As I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. If you haven't yet done so, links in the description down below for our Discord server. Why not go ahead, check it out? It's completely free to join. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Right, let's jump right down into this. Right, so Vechain paired up with USDT on the hourly chart like usual to start with, and as you can see here, the fifth wave was completed. We started to move up, and I did actually have this plotted out as an ABC move. So essentially, we've got this as a wave A just here, a B wave coming down, and the C wave should move up to about that 7.3 range, right? And now obviously we're starting to pull back down. We can see that just here. The stochastic RSI is back down to the oversold area almost. So this is actually going to be running out of steam quite quickly, I would have thought. Let me just check the volumes to see what's going on there. So the volumes are actually they have dropped, but they're also quite flat down the bottom here. So it's not a perfect world right now. There's a little bit of an increase, I'd say, just as this last little bit comes in here with the selling pressure. It's just increasing a tad, but essentially the volume is decreasing. Now that volume is decreasing as we are moving up, which is basically just telling us that the sentiment isn't quite there for buying just yet. That being said, though, the structure is still sound, and what we potentially have here is an ABC actually inside here already. So we have that just there. We have 1, 2, and 3, so A, B, and C, and this might just be another kind of ABC bringing us back down a little bit. I'm not expecting too much downside action here. I'm not expecting us to come down lower than our origin position here of the fifth wave low. Not expecting that. It's possible, of course, but I'm not expecting it. We've got good support just here, so if this holds, that would be interesting. That would be approximately just where it is actually right now, so 6.937. If that can hold out, that would be okay. That would allow us to have a bit of a bounce back up again. And again, this might just actually be a bigger kind of wave C than we were expecting, with all of this, if I grab hold of that, all of that being an A wave, this being our B wave, and then we move up into that C wave higher. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at and hoping to kind of see here on the smaller time frame. So let me take the volume off. The stochastic RSI on the hourly is obviously just pulling down into the oversold area. So essentially what we've got is let me just bring the structure back into play here. We've got the 5 waves coming down just inside here, but actually it's a 335, which is basically just an ABC correction. And again, we compare this up with the other moves that we've also seen, right? We've got a 5 waves here. We've got which is odd in itself, but it does think that's actually coming in here at the top of a 3rd wave. This makes this our 4th wave low with a 335, and then essentially that is the 4th wave low coming in. Yeah, right about here. So I'll just park it down there for now. So that's our 4th wave low, 3 wave high, 3rd wave high, 4th wave low, and going into that 5th wave higher. So right now, this structure that we're starting to see a form here, it is still corrective in its nature, right? We're not getting perfect kind of impulsive structure appear inside here. I mean, there's lots of ways we could do it, but I think that's actually hit the level. Let me just check it. I'll check it for sanity's sake. So if we were to have this as our high point just here, and then we move that to there, no, it does actually hit the impulsive trigger. This could be a 4th wave within there. So if I were to take that off and actually just show you that. So for example, what I just measured was this is a wave 1, that's a wave 2. That would be a wave 3, this would be a wave 4, then we have up until a wave 5. Now that wave 4 cannot go lower than that wave 1. That wave 1 price comes in at 6.766 approximately. Let me just check it. 6.768, sorry. Okay, so we cannot go lower than that, and by doing so, you hold that structure, you have that 5th wave, and then bam, you can then see a deeper correction after that. Okay, so the 5th wave should hopefully be, let me just measure to make sure, depending on that pullback that we've just had. Yeah, it's going to be in that spot between 7.27 through to about 7.379 approximately. So finish on that, that would be the birth of the structure of our 5th wave up higher. Which would be pretty good to see. So we can watch out for that. So if I just come up into our daily view for a second here, and I just bring this down. So what we're actually tracking here is this fifth wave up, and this fifth wave up should consist of essentially a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Not that I can draw a 3 there, but you get the idea. So basically you got 5 waves up, which is what we've kind of just seen, 3 waves down, followed by an additional 5 waves up, followed by 3 more waves down, followed by 5 waves up. That would then complete us into a 5th wave higher. Now, obviously the target for this is anywhere between these ranges, which is basically 9.6 and 10.9, and that's kind of what we're looking for. But obviously want to make sure that we're in that. We need to first of all see these 5 waves on the smaller micro scale in, so the hourly chart needs to see those first 5 waves. Then we need to see the ABC down, and that ABC down cannot go lower than the origin position, which would be our original 5 waves down low. Okay, and I'll go back into our hourly chart just to show you what that looks like. So essentially, with all of this, right, we'll have an A, B, C down. That C wave cannot go lower than our origin down here, right? So this one has to stay higher. That would then allow us to have the structure for an additional 5 waves up higher, which should be significantly larger than that of wave 1. Specifically talking, if we get into the detail of it. So yeah, so we've got really good structure for Vechain right now. So again, you know, there's opportunities I think to come at a slightly later date. What we're looking for now is that surge up, then that pull back, then there's your opportunity right there, and then we ride that up and we take out at the top of the wave 5, or approximately the top of wave 5 on the daily chart. We take everything out, and then of course we ride that down into those lower ranges. Now as we get into that, if we come back into our daily chart here and we do see that 5th wave come up higher, where would our retracements be? And this is a question that's been asked a couple of times in Discord. So for the most part, if we do have the lower end, let's just be kind of conservative on it. What I will do is I'll then draw on here a yellow box area. This yellow box area is going to be between the 50% and the 88% retracement levels here on our daily time frame. And again, if I now remove that, and we can actually now see, right? So essentially we've got a 6.1 down to as low as 4.3. Okay, those are the areas. Now, for the most part, that's kind of the typical retracement areas and retracement zones of a wave 2. This has been the assumption that all of this is a wave 1 on our daily time frame, this being our wave 2. Then we go up into that fantastic wave 3, 4, and 5 later. Okay, so this will be the area, right? So everything from, as I said, 6.1 down to 4.3 is fair game for that retracement. It should be pretty big. Now, on the weekly chart, you can see that we've got to lower that weekly stochastic RSI. It would take something pretty powerful, such as that move, to be able to do it. Now, if we were to think about moving up into that kind of range, and we were to pull back down to, let's say, 6.1, you know, so that 36% drop, but I think we're going to be more in the range of about 50% of the value. That's going to be right in there between the 5-cent ranges and the 4.5s. So that's the kind of level of expectation I have here. I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop by 20%, which is pretty significant, and I'm expecting you know, most altcoins to be dropping by 50% of their value, for example, in over a month period, for example. And it will be perfectly fine because it's inside our structure. It isn't a trigger of a bear market and all the other kind of things that we see. It's about preparing for the structure of what is going to be coming next. And this is not an uncommon scenario. So, for example, if I actually just zoom out of this daily chart for a moment and we take a look at this move here, right, this B wave, we had a fantastic run go up, and then we have this pullback right here. Now, this pullback's actually quite tame. It's not overly bad, but it is a 60% pullback, right? 60% of the value, and it doesn't look all that too bad on the chart here. And again, even with this one here, even though this is like a corrective play that people are not exactly overly happy about, it's still a very severe pullback in terms of percentage points. And something similar will happen here as we get this structure set in for an impulsive move upwards. Okay, specifically on our weekly chart when we start thinking about where we want Vechain to go slightly longer term. Okay, because we have got some pretty interesting levels for Vechain. So essentially, we'll have that wave 1 high, we'll have the wave 2 low, we'll have a fantastic wave 3, we'll pull back for 4, and then we'll complete up with wave 5. Okay, we want this to kind of go out towards the $1 range as per the fibs and a lot of the kind of things that we've been talking about for the last couple of years. So essentially to kind of get there, it has to be this impulsive structure. We have to see a really good wave 3, full pullback for 4, and then a good wave 5 as well. And again, I think this is the foundation of it. We're starting it right now, and obviously we want a good confirmation of that with the wave 2, and that's the opportunity in this last little leg of this bull run, because this will mark the end of it before we come into a massive bear market, in my opinion. So it'll basically dwarf anything else you've seen already, unless you've been familiar with bear markets. All of these kind of corrections that you've been seeing, that's what they are. Bear markets are absolutely brutal, but fantastic opportunities nonetheless, because you're picking up some cryptocurrencies at absolute bargain prices. Guys, if you have found this video useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.